People, you are locked in right now to the Hype Fresh podcast, streaming globally all over the world on all major streaming platforms. I want to explain something to you about Hype Fresh. When it comes to news, when it comes to the pulse of what's going on in hip hop, sports, entertainment, global news, health, what's going on in Philadelphia, the Philly news, Hype Fresh has you covered. There is no other platform on the planet that curates online media journalism like Hype Fresh. When you come to www.hypefresh.co, you're going to feel the difference. Hype Fresh, people. And don't forget to check out our Hype Fresh original section where you will see curated news only on Hype Fresh. The culture, pop culture, hip hop culture, Hollywood, entertainment, social justice, the latest films, technology, you got it. It's right here on Hype Fresh, people. This is the movement you need to be a part of. Go to www.hypefresh.co, hypefresh.co, and lock in right now. Join our newsletter and make sure you turn on our notifications on your desktop computer so you can stay connected with us 24/7. This is Jonathan. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is Jonathan with the Hype Fresh podcast, BMF Black Mafia Family Series Edition, coming to you live right now out of our Los Angeles wing. The Hype Fresh podcast series where we highlight exclusive brands in entertainment and fashion and in Hollywood. It's so different because we don't just speak to them about what people see. We speak to them about, we ask them questions about things people cannot see. So when you are on this Hype Fresh podcast, when you are listening to it, I want you to really listen to how these particular people, because they are people, but they use their extraordinary God-given talent to leap to extraordinary bounds in life, which is inspiring because you see one thing, but there's a whole nother story which will definitely motivate you to keep grinding to the top. BMF right now, Black Mafia Family, is the hottest series on television, and it's not even close. To say 50 Cent has a Midas touch will be an insult. He was born with that touch because he knows what he's doing. And the motley crew, the premium collection of people he has that all works within the Green Light Gang universe is amazing. Today is no different. I'm talking to two people, two kings today that truly represent getting out the mud, taking risk, understanding the reward, and maximizing every opportunity. Today, I'm speaking with Myles Bullock, who is LA based. I mean, this guy has been this guy has been in everything from Criminal Minds, the Marvel's Runaways, SWAT, you name it, super educated. And not only that, but he is natural. He has natural charisma on screen. We also got, this guy is a music legend. We talking about, Lil Zane in the building. I remember the Anywhere single with 112 back in 98. And I just interviewed Slim not too long ago. But just seeing that record and seeing him on there, he just lights up the screen. This guy is born with the light of Hollywood on him. So we're super honored to have Myles Bullock and Lil Zane on the Hype Fresh podcast BMF series. Guys, welcome.
Man, thank you. Thank you.
Man, you know how to give you that Diddy intro, man. How was my intro? I did y'all right?
Hey, man, I need you with me all the time, brother. And for real, like that intro, the intro is amazing, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Just tell Tasha, man, because she hold the keys, man. I need to be, listen, every interview, I need to be right there. No doubt about it. Okay.
Come on.
No doubt. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with Zane first. But Zane, I want you to really give us the backdrop on this. Scene 5, you tell the guy about an exchange with his daughter. He takes you, grabs you, pushes you against like a phone booth or something, and you don't flinch. You don't even move. the whole energy of that scene is like you are making your presence felt in the drug game, and also too territorially. I mean, from a territory perspective, because you let him know, don't go to the cops, don't want fire off on our block, and if you want your daughter back, this is what it's going to be. Period. And it was a game of chicken, and he jumped. But explain, how the sweat was trickling down your cheek. Shout out to Big. Or was your heart racing? Like, give us, because that was true acting, bro. You did your thing. Tell us about what you were feeling in that moment psychologically.
In that moment, I was just feeling like, it's the reason why they sent Saki. It's the reason why they sent Saki, because it's the first time anybody ran up on the bad guy. In the whole series, everybody was they were ducking him at first. He was this big miss. And then when Saki runs up on him and they send Saki, in my mind, in my head, what I wanted to bring to the character was just like, Saki is the muscle of the crew. He's not scared of this dude. Like, as far as Saki's concerned, I've been letting you live. And I knew that because I was small in stature. Because I was small in stature compared to Lamar's character, I knew that the fans that was Saki's point. That was my moment where I could show that, size doesn't matter at all. Like, it's about the heart. Like, you could see Saki. I got to show my heart without saying too much. I got to show they got to see it in my eyes. They got to feel my whole energy. Like, Saki really not scared of this dude from the moment the way I was standing when you remember me? And that camera flashes to me, just the way I was standing, it was all just like, thought out. Like, I don't want to still be walking up when the camera pans to me. I want to be standing right about it like a rock. Like, hey, you remember me? And when I walk up to him, I can't show no fear. I'm about to tell this man I got his daughter. In my mind, it's like, I was already prepared for him to go crazy. So if you walk up to somebody and say something like that, you already prepared for what they're going to do. So, I just want the fans to see and the viewers to see at that point that, Saki is the muscle for his crew. Like, he's not scared of this guy. And size doesn't matter. Does anybody, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Definitely not about that. Let me ask you this one last question before I ping over to Myles. They say that actors and actresses have a switch, right? It's like you go from being your government name to the character. But there's different switches for different scenes, because you might have to cry in a scene. You may have to do something that's totally that you never even thought of. In that moment, explain when you were rehearsing, like, how did you flip the switch to make that scene?
How I flipped the script when I was rehearsing was, because and naturally in life, I'm a fun guy. I'm smiling all the time. I like to have fun. But I knew that I had to bring this shit. If you notice, Saki rarely cracks a smile in none of these episodes.
Right.
He's always mad about something or me mugging about. First introduction is cursing out Kato. So I think when you're a nice person or you're a good person, I think I'm a good person. I call myself a good person and, and a respectful person in real life. It's like, this character I had to switch into that, you gotta be disrespectful a little bit, you might have to, my character might have to kill Kato one day in my mind. So it's just like, it's not you in real life. So yeah, you gotta find that spot. You gotta find that character in you. Came from watching a lot of, in my real life too, I know characters like that. I know guys like that in real life. I grew up with guys like that. Like, so you just think about them and how quick they would snap and, how they would be if they were this character. So I kind of just try to bring that to the character without act. I try to go there. Like, the people I know that's like this character, I got to tap into that. So that's my snap point where I just get along for a minute, take a deep breath, get away from this Myles, just get away from everybody and say, you know what? You're not Zane today. Zane is fun, loving. Hey, how you doing? Today it's Saki. I get quiet, change my face up a little bit, don't smile so much. You got to practice that, huh, Myles? You got to practice that. So yeah. So it was definitely a on and off switch. Definitely on and off switch. Because a few times I walked around with an attitude around the house, and I had to remind everybody of just. People like, what's wrong with you, man? why you got an attitude?
Right.
It's just like, trying to take care.
Yeah, it was almost like
I would walk around the house with an attitude.
I remember when Denzel did Malcolm X, he did an interview and he was like saying that he went home and he would go out to places and still be in the mode of Malcolm. It was so engulfed into what he was doing. So, you know, that's where I got it from, because he was like saying he had to turn on a switch because that role emotionally took him in different spots and everything like that. So I appreciate that, Zane. Thank you so much. We're going to ping back in a second. Myles Bullock, my guy, AKA, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you listen, my brother. I want people to know something real quick about Slick, right? Just a person, Myles. Your acting resume is crazy on the educational side. A BA in dramatic arts from Fresno State University. I mean, you talk about having that in itself, just the fundamental skills of what you know in the world of acting and dramatic arts and theater. How has that given you an edge in the Hollywood world? Because you go from Marvelous Runaways over to Criminal Minds, which Shamar Moore is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to SWAT, Shamar Moore again, and then BMF, and what you do, you play all different roles. Explain to the audience how you, because this is very important, especially for where you from, born and raised in LA all day. But explain how that training has empowered you, impelled you, and just helped you to personify your greatness. You have the floor. HYPEFRESH podcast, BMF series.
Hey man, thank you for all that, bro. You know, man, it's everything. It's honestly everything, man. Honestly, if I didn't have all the training I had, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did on screen. Like, I don't think Slick would have been as memorable of a character, and I don't think I would have been as confident in approaching the character how I did. So I do have my BA in Dramatic Arts from Fresno State. I also have my MSA from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. My Master's of Fine Arts, where, you know, I was studying about the body, I was studying about language, I was studying about voice, I was studying about breath control, I was studying about how to deliver lines with intention. I was understanding, you know, the psychological aspect of acting. So I wasn't just going on there playing attitude or playing emotion. I was actually playing thoughts. So all of those tools, they call it the actor's tool belt. You know what I'm saying? How many tools you got in the tool belt, man? And you can't use a hammer for everything. You know, sometimes you'll need a screwdriver, sometimes you'll need a wrench, sometimes you'll need a buzzsaw. So, you know, so when I decided I wanted to become an actor, man, and pursue it professionally, I wanted to know what made me good. I wanted to know what made me great and where my value lies. So I trained as much as possible to learn as many aspects as possible about myself and about my craft and my body and my instrument. So, like, all them improv classes I took, all of the Shakespeare, I played Othello. I've been in over 5 Shakespeare plays. I've been in over 40 plays, and overall, I've been in plays where it's just me and one other person, where we don't go off stage for a whole hour and 50 minutes, where I'm playing 5 characters, you know, within that play, and monologues after monologues and learning lines. So, man, honestly, dude, when it comes to TV, it's almost a breath of fresh air, because there's rarely large monologues you gotta learn. You know what I mean? The takes are usually shortcut. And you know what I mean? You just get in, and you get out. When it came to Slick, I was able to really hone in on the mental aspect of the character, of the man that always talks mess, of the man that always got something to say, of the dude that's always saying something. And I thought about the uncle that's always talking mess at Thanksgiving, or anytime you see him, he always got something crazy to say. And that's kind of the energy I wanted Slick to have. So I had to think about the mental aspect of that. And then, you know, I've been dealing with language. Breaking down Shakespeare, Molière, Chekhov, Ibsen. I'm dealing with all the classic playwrights. So now when I have something that's written by somebody that is writing for people that speak like me, I'm able to flourish in it because I studied language that's not meant for somebody that looks like me. You get it? So that's why I was able to come and, you know, for Slick, I was able to bring all the jokes and all the improv lines and the crazy lines. Like, what did he just say? You know what I mean? Because I know how to tell a story. I know what it takes to add to a story, man. So the journey's been crazy. It's been wild, but I feel more prepared for anything, and I feel like I can act any role.
Let me ask you this. Because of your, diverse background, people, this is Myles Bullock on the Hype Fresh podcast. This is the BMF, exclusive BMF series. I want to ask you this. You're walking on set, first day, BMF. You actually are recording. The minute you get out your car, you're on set, you see your chair with your name on the back. Explain that moment.
Yeah.
This is BMF. Explain that moment. Like the impact of BMF, what it means to you emotionally. Where did it take you? I want people to understand, because BMF is not a story. It's a real lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like in the settings of The Godfather, So explain to the audience, like, what were you feeling emotionally, spiritually, the whole nine in that moment? First day on set, BMF.
First day on set. Well, let's talk about the first day. Let's say first day on table read, right? The first table read before we even get to set that was my moment to have my fan moment, right? Kind of fan out a little bit, because we're on Zoom and everybody's on the call, bro. So we got 50 Cent, we got Steve Harris, we got Wood Harris, we got Castor, we got Lil Zane, we got Tasha Smith, we got Lil Meech, we got Da Vinci. I mean, we got people that have been working in the industry for years. We got Russell Hornsby. I mean, man, like I was just like, oh, 50 Cent's on my screen. Dog, Tasha Smith is on my screen. Russell Hornsby is on my screen.
Yeah.
Steve Harris is on my screen. I'm sitting here next to Lil Zane. So I just had so much history, so much nostalgia, so much of my childhood, so many icons, so many idols that I was able to work across, man. And that right there, before I even stepped on set, even stepped on my trailer, I just felt so grateful and so blessed, man. And so, like, that was more than anything. Like, I'm over here taking screenshots of the Zoom of my laptop screen, being like 50 Cents on my computer right now. 50 Cents on my computer. Now, you know what I mean? And when I was in high school, listening to him talk mess about Fat Joe and Piggy Bank, I would have never expected that I would be working with this brother, man. So
right,
it's surreal. And then to go into a story like BMF, to tell this story that is such a cultural, iconic story that touches on so many aspects of life. It's not just about one thing. This is about many things. So I just feel so privileged and so grateful and so humble, man, to be a part of this show.
That's real talk, man.
Man, my first day.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, man. That was real, like, inspiring to hear, bro. Appreciate that. That's good content right there, for real.
I appreciate that.
Hey, this what the Hype Fresh podcast is all about. You in the building live with the Millennial General, man. So you already know how I'm gonna bring it. For real. Zane, my man. Let me ask you a question, Lil Zane.
What?
Lil Zane, you've had so much. You had so much success in Hollywood. We talking about music. I mean, think about what you've like done in the game. Like the music, you've been at the top of the game. The relationships you have, acting, you've had that. Just from the time you were 10 up until now. I mean, you've had a 15-year plus run in the entertainment business. You embody the whole definition of longevity in the game. You've had a lot of moments here and there. But what matters to you in 2021 now, when everything is gone, all the noise is going away? What do you care about today? It's not about the chains, the cars, the money, the girls. Just tell the audience. I want you to relate to the audience. What do you care about in 2021 the most? What are your top priorities for yourself?
My top priorities for myself and what matters to me the most in 2021 is just establishing myself as, just letting people know that I'm here to stay, man. Taking all these things that I've worked on over the years when nobody was, because I've been doing a lot of hard work while people wasn't watching. When people wasn't watching, I've been writing scripts. I got over 5,000 songs. I've been writing movie scripts, television shows that I want to pitch, and, short films I want to produce. And, I just told myself in 2021, going into 2022, I'm just going to make sure that I bring all those things to life and take advantage of everything. what matters most to me is taking advantage of every moment. You know, I feel like before I was just enjoying it. I was a kid, I was enjoying it. I didn't know what was going on. I just was loving life. Now it's about really taking opportunity and seizing the moment. Seizing the moment, knowing that this moment might not ever come again. And you gotta make this moment the best, make the best of this moment. Not, live in the moment, not dwell on the moment. I'll never dwell on the moment. Once the moment comes, it leaves with me. So, 2021, what matters to me the most is just, building my relationships. I'm working on, back in the day, I was so young, I was always, late to stuff growing up. I was always late, and, I'm early now. I'm on time now. I'm early. I wasn't so concerned. I was always talking about the business, but I wasn't as, I wasn't, how they say walk the walk, talk the talk. Like, I'm walking the walk, and I'm talking the talk, and I'm walking the walk now. Like, before I was wanting to be a businessman, but I wasn't doing the things that it took to be a businessman, the things that established longevity. Like, I want to leave a legacy. Before it was, I got, before it was, it was just, what matters to me the most is picking my roles. Before it was like just taking whatever role they would give me. Now it's about sitting back and picking the roles that you want, and if it's not a role out there that you want, trying to make the role. So that is to me the most of 2021, just spreading my wings and seizing the moment and enjoying the moment. Before, I don't think I really enjoyed it. I think I just took things for granted. I think I took moments and opportunities for granted. Always appreciated it, but just really didn't take full advantage of the position I was in. And, now I'm just, I'm taking advantage of it, man. But at the same time, just loving it. And that's what matters to me the most. Just enjoying it, loving it, and keeping yourself fresh, man. Keeping yourself fresh. I think that's what over the years I've been doing. Just trying to not doing too much. Not doing too much. I want to do the important projects. I don't want to do every project. I think I just want to do the important projects, the ones that mean something.
No doubt about it. And the reason why I
matters to me the most in 2020.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. What you were saying?
I was just saying that's what means the most to me in 2021. Just being, doing the things I want to do and being as creative and just, and just making sure that I seize the moment.
I'm going to take people back because a lot of times you do so much and people forget. So I'm going to have a throwback moment, if you don't mind. Sean Connery is one of my favorite.
Okay.
Sean Connery is one of my favorite actors and of all time. And what's crazy, Finding Forrester. Remember the scene where he was teaching the kid about what the BMW symbol meant? You remember that?
Yes.
And you were in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy because I'm sorry, go ahead.
That was the first film I've ever did. That's what I was saying. I definitely remember that. That's my first movie I ever did.
And that movie was so profound on so many levels and represented Black excellence at a whole nother level. But Sean Connery was masterful as usual. But you've been in some very impactful positions on TV and film. And that's why I had these throwback moments of like Finding Forrester and stuff you done with Omar Epps and Mekhi Phifer and A Day in the Life. All these different things you've done. Sometimes I'm not saying to brag about you, but I want to highlight your grind, man, and how you dedicated yourself to the pursuit of greatness. Because a lot of people say it, but very few people dedicate themselves to get on that path and do it. You took the path of most resistance. I just want to give you flowers and just tell you nothing but respect. And this role in BMF was meant for you. And let me explain why. I want you to tell me what you think. Everything I see from the time you was 10 up until now led up to BMF, because you've done every type of role except for the role of Saki. I've never seen you so raw. I've never seen you so vulnerable. I never seen you so multi-dynamic when it comes to your emotional intelligence. Am I right or am I wrong? Go ahead.
You're absolutely right, man. This is definitely the most different role. This is a different role for me, man. I never played a role like this before.
Definitely. And to me, it just highlights the genius of the cast and crew, 50 and everybody, Tasha Smith, shout out to her. She's doing an amazing job over there. But to see you excel in the moment, like you're worth watching. It's like you're one of the main reasons why people tuning in. I mean, people tuning in regardless, but like they see you in this role, they like, man, Zane killing it in that role because it's so different. And I love the way you embrace your vulnerability, and that's why I asked you about that scene, because that was a game of chicken. Because I thought it was gonna go the other way. I thought you were gonna break, but you didn't. So I was like, whoa, he didn't break. He just like stood his ground. So to me, that was your lion moment. That's the moment where you roared. And I was like, okay, I see, young boy.
Thank you.
He just like, and then the dude had to make a decision. Go ahead.
And then it wasn't in episode 4. So I knew I had to come back on episode 5, raw, uncut, and just ready. You know what I mean? Because if you watch episode 4, I wasn't in it. I think they mentioned my name, but
right,
I actually wasn't in episode 4. My character he was watching The Family or something. Like Saki was off. Because remember, he told Saki, pull up, watch my family, follow my sister around. So Saki was off doing what he was supposed to do. So when I came back in episode 5, I knew that the fans was going to be like, okay, it had to be explosive, So, and I just thank the writers and stuff for, Randy enough for giving me that opportunity to really show that extensiveness and show that vulnerability, and to add, what I could to my character, because they were very open with us, adding our own flavor to the character and our own feelings to him and giving our own background story to him. So that just shows a great job of the writers and the producers of letting us, and the director of letting us just be able to go there. But yeah, man, that was the moment, and I knew that was the moment. So I wanted to make sure that I made it, I'm worth it, and I took advantage of it, like I said.
No doubt about it. Myles Bullock, talk to me, brother. How you feeling over there? You good?
Yeah. I'm blessed, man. I feel great.
Good.
I feel great.
I got a couple of questions for you for the audience, man. And I thank you for your patience and everything like that. Both of y'all are just killing it with your answers, man. Just so natural. I love it. Let me ask you this, Myles. You're on set for BMF. You are in your element of acting. When going past the table read, going past the first day on set, which you did a beautiful job breaking down. But as you are in motion and that camera is rolling, from an actor's perspective, right? I want you to talk about your instincts on BMF. Like, explain to the audience how aware you have to be, your timing, your emotional intelligence control, your physical balance. Just explain to the audience how you blend in the chemistry with the other actors and actresses, because you have like a Marvel. It's like you all are working on Marvel. Y'all got all these superheroes around y'all. So tell me how you make all that stuff balance in your Myles Bullock universe. You had to flow, my brother. HYPEFRESH podcast, BMF edition.
Yes, sir, man. What's wild, man, is that I made it that every scene that I was on for, I felt like I was acting for my life. Because I knew my character was getting killed before, like when I got the role. Like when I got the role, I knew my character was being killed. I had read all the scripts and everything. So I had actually went to set with the intention of trying to give a solid enough performance to where they wouldn't kill me, to where I made them want to keep me. That was my goal. I was like, you know what? I'm about to create value for myself. So every time I was on set, man, it was like, all right, we acting for our life right now. Like, we acting for our life. We acting for our job right now. So I tried to bring as much value as I possibly could. So I would look at every script for every shoot day. I would look at every script and I would see, where can I put my flavor? Where can I put my stuff in? Because I was given a lot of allowance to improv. I improved about 85% of everything that I said, man. And you know what I'm saying? Everything that people liked, I made up for the most part. And Randy Huggins and Tasha Smith, they really allowed me to do that and really allowed me to feel free within that. So when I was on set, man, I was just really just trying to find the ebb and flow and then find how I can fit within that flow, but also be impactful within the flow. So, the scene might be flowing and I can give something that still flows within it, but also still stands out. And that was my goal. And so I was always very meticulous with how I was approaching my character, what I was doing out of stillness, how much activity he had in the scene. I always was aware of when the camera was coming to me, what I wanted to be doing when the camera hit me, what I wanted to be doing if I was behind, in the foreground or the background. I was just very meticulous about the placement of my character and the placement of his activity. I always wanted to have him doing something. I always wanted to either have him smoking, eating, spraying his hair, or talking mess. Like, one of the four things was going to be happening. So I was very calculated with how I moved with Slick, man. And my calculation just allowed me to actually have the freedom to, go in there and add my stuff. And it was just, it was literally acting for my life, man. Literally acting for my life. Literally feeling like I'm trying to make a statement. Because like Zane said, man, as an actor, you never know when you're going to have the next opportunity to be in front of the camera. And so since I know that and I kind of move with that, I had to do all I could to make an impact and to stand out. And so that was my goal. Every time I pulled up on set, how I'm going to stand out, how I'm going to make an impact, how we going to be remembered, you know what I'm saying? And still keep it within the guise of the show. So it was just, and I always, man, I love it. I'm really, like, I approach my characters like science, you know what I mean? Like, what does he need? What does he want? Where does it come from? Where is it going? How does it react with other people?
Right.
What do other people think about it? You know what I'm saying? When I move here, so it was just, I was meticulous, man. I was meticulous.
Got it. And you know what's so great about what you just said is that you knew you were going to be killed off, but your mentality was, your psychological approach was to make your presence felt so impactful that they would flip the script and say, you know what, we should keep that guy because look at what he's doing. So just that alone speaks volumes about your difference, just the overall difference in you, the way you approach it, your mentality is so warrior-like. Because so many people just settle for option A. You're trying to create option B through Z. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. So I respect you on that 100%. Myles, let me ask you this.
Thank you, man. But yeah.
No.
No, what was your last question, man? What was your last question?
Last question is this. For both of y'all, Myles, I'll start with you, then Lil Zane, I'll hit back with you. Myles, BMF has changed your life from what perspective, from an acting perspective? How much has it enhanced your profile right now on TV?
It's enhanced my profile in the social game a lot. I think more than anything, it just allows other people to see the value that I knew I had. And, that's huge as any type of artist or creative, is that you want people to see the value that you know you are capable of. You know what I'm saying? Zane making music. Zane is like, I want people to know that I'm making bangers and know that I'm capable of making bangers. And so me as an actor, like, I want people to know that, like, I'm not coming to play, that I'm next up, and that, you know what I'm saying, that when it comes down to, like, the new talent that's coming in the industry, that I'm somebody to watch out for. And, I wanted that to be known, and I think that people are able to see that. So that's definitely the biggest impact so far. It's just that people are seeing the innate value I already know I had.
Appreciate that, brother. Zane, how about you? Last question. How about you?
Okay, and with me, it was the question again, just so I can answer it the
How
right
has
way.
BMF just enhanced your overall profile on TV? So, now, with this being the hottest television program on TV right now, how has it enhanced your overall acting profile?
Okay, I thought this was I just wanted to answer correct. BMF has advanced my profile by just, for a while, just honest, just being really honest. For a while, I feel like, people wrote me off. People wrote me off and thought that, I was just some fly-by-night guy that was in all these TV shows and movies and did all these songs and platinum records and just dropped off the face of the earth. But I really just took some time off to reinvent myself, and to pick up other skills. I wanted to put some more tools in my box. Like Myles said, you can't use the hammer all the time. So I had to step away and just, reinvent myself. And sometimes it's hard to reinvent yourself, and it's hard to tell if you lose weight or gain the weight if you're just looking in the mirror constantly.
True.
Sometimes you got to stop looking in the mirror and, just get away from the mirror and then come back a month later and you'll see that, I lost weight or I gained weight. So stop examining yourself so much, do the work. You know, I think with this show, what it's done is just let people see that I've been working. I ain't just been sitting at home. I've been working. I run 5 miles a day. You know, every day I run 5 miles. People don't know. So when they see me on TV and they say, I'm playing my characters playing 22 years old, you know, 23, like, you know, you can't just play 22 and look 80. You know, so
right.
I think all that stuff I did, people are just seeing the hard work now. Like Myles said, I'm not a new actor. I've been out here for a minute, but I approached it like a new actor. Like how Myles approached his character, even though he knew he was going to die, he approached it in a way where he thought that he wanted to do so well that they changed the outcome of what they already had. I wanted to do so well and work on myself so hard that I surprised everybody with a comeback. And when people thought it was over for me, or when I wasn't doing music, or I just kept working hard because I was like, whatever I do, it's going to be big. And people in my work is going to tell for itself. People are going to be able to look at me and not even question me no more. Like now, I feel like the industry's not questioning me no more. Anybody that counted me out, they like, this little dude done popped up on the biggest show in the world, and I know I counted him out. So now it's like, I don't think they'll be dumb enough to ever doubt me again. It's like people know, okay, he always got to pick up his sleeve. Because he's willing to put in the work.
Right.
And people's not, before, and I just want to say this, gotta go, before people thought it was just a flop, that it just happened by chance. But now I think they know that I'm here to stay, and Myles is here to stay, and they really see the work, and they don't question me anymore because they know, like, I know this guy put in the work, and he's here for a reason, like you said. And I just ended on that, man. We appreciate you having us.
Man, thank you all, man, for being a part. I want to thank your great PR team. And have you all enjoyed the HYPEFRESH BMF podcast series today, man? Y'all enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Thank you, man.
You did well, man.
Thank you, man. You have a great day, and shout out to your teams, man. Thank you, Zane. Thank you, Myles Bullock. HYPEFRESH BMF Series Edition podcast, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Perfect. Hi.
Another one.